What is up, guys? Let's talk about traveling with your drone. Guys, if you're new to this channel and this is the first video you've seen, then you probably don't know what's going on. So basically, for the entire month of December, I'm putting out a new camera tutorial every day, or photography, or something in the filmmaking world. So it's 31 days of filmmaking. Awesome and cool stuff. So guys, if you end up liking this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, so we're talking drone and traveling. Two things I love. I love drones and I love traveling. But people always ask me, you know, what kind of cases I use, or how do you travel with a drone? Like, how do you check things? So that's the topics that we're gonna go into in this video. Okay, so I've narrowed it down to 8 things that you need to think about when you're traveling with your drone. All right, the first one, and this is like the biggest thing that I try to tell people all the time, and that is know the rules and regulations before you go into a country. Before you even step foot on a plane, wherever it is that you're leaving from, going to somewhere else, make sure you know the rules and regulations. If you've seen some of the other videos on this channel, you'll realize I've had my drone taken at customs. In Nicaragua, they took it and it really sucked. I'll put a link in the description to that video so you can check it out, the whole story behind what happened there. You don't want that to happen. Let me tell you, it is the worst feeling when customs agents are sitting there with your drone and saying, you can't take this into the country. And they put it in a box and that's it. Well, there goes my drone. You don't want that to happen. There's plenty of information on the web about countries' laws and regulations and all that good stuff. Just go into Google and type in drone rules and regulations in Nicaragua, and you'll see a ton of stuff pop up. Just start going through the different listings and see what information is out there on the country you're going in. Usually you'll find it pretty quick. If not, go into some forums, check out what other people are talking about flying in different countries. You know, don't wait till the last minute when you're trying to figure this out. Give yourself a week or something. And if you're in the US and you're flying somewhere else in the US, I would say do the same type of research. Where it is that you're going, you might not be able to fly a drone. So if you're flying somewhere to go check out a national park, well, guess what? You can't fly. So what's the point of bringing your drone unless you're going to be outside the park doing something else? But if you're going just to go see like Yellowstone, there's a good chance that there's no reason to even bring the drone. Okay, the next tip I have for you is have protective cases for all your gear. So I put my drone in hard protective cases. I like the ones that are really snug and fit right around the drone because that way I can pack it in my bag with other things. Some people will have just a case that has all the parts in the case. For my Spark, I have that. For my Mavic, I have the individual cases. I'll put a link in the description to the ones I use for my Spark and my Mavic. Personally, I love having a smaller footprint with my drone because I'm working with a bunch of other gear and I want to be able to just slide it in my bag with some other stuff. So I don't know where I'm going to be when I'm traveling. I don't know the situation. Having a big drone case doesn't necessarily always work. So that's why I go for the smaller cases. Backpack is super important. So when I had the Phantom 3, I had a special backpack just for the drone, and you know, I could fit some stuff around it. With the smaller drones, which is why I suggest using like a Mavic to travel or a Spark, you can pack it in with your other stuff. The bag I use is an ultralight camera bag from F-Stop. They have some great backpacks. I'll put a link to that one below. Guys, I don't need to keep saying it. If I'm talking about a product, I'll put it in the link below just so you guys can take a look at that. I like an ultralight backpack. I like something that's not gonna be super heavy, something that has a frame so it sits well on my back. And then also I like modular systems. So I don't like backpacks that have like the predefined cutouts for everything. I would rather build my own layout. So with the ultralight that I use, I have things in different bags, and that's what I'm saying with the drone, the protective cases. They're small little protective cases, so when I put them in the backpack, you know, I could fit things in differently depending on what gear I'm bringing for what trip. So if I'm bringing my stabilizer, you know, multiple cameras, a ton of lenses, or if I'm just bringing like a couple things, then maybe I'll put a jacket, water bottle, and some other stuff in there. Something to keep in mind, you really just gotta find the backpack that works for you. It's taken me years to find a backpack that I'm really happy with, and actually this one is pretty awesome. So I think I'm gonna be using this bag for a while. Okay, another big tip when you're traveling is carry all your drone stuff on you. The last thing you want to do is put your drone in like a checked bag and then have it disappear or have it broken when you show up at the location. So that's again why I say I use smaller drones, because I can pack it in my backpack and keep it on me wherever I'm going. And even if it is bigger, say like the Phantom 4, you can put that in a hard case or another type of rolly bag that you can put in the overhead compartment. So I like to either have it on my back in my backpack, or I bring a second rolly bag and that has other gear in it, and that goes in the overhead. You just don't want to check things if you don't have to. You know, there's only certain situations I would say you check something, but for the most part, always have your camera gear, your drones, all that on you when you're going through the airport and going to another country or another state or wherever it is that you're going. Okay, another important one for the safety of your gimbal is use some sort of clamp, either the one that came with your drone, but if you're like me and you accidentally threw that away a long time ago, buy a replacement, get a clamp on there so that your gimbal is not spinning freely. You're gonna be throwing your backpack on, off, you're getting on and off planes. If your connection's tight, you're gonna be running through the airport, you might get hit. There's a lot of things that are gonna happen with your bag, so you don't want your gimbal flying around and to get broken in transport. All right, when you land, before you start flying, I have a couple things that I suggest you do before you get out there and start like getting those awesome shots. So you're gonna wanna reset your gyro and your IMU. So basically those are the things that keep your drone stable in the air. It keeps it from drifting, tilting, doing all that stuff. Keeps it, you know, super stable. Things may happen when you're traveling. It may go out of whack by the time you get somewhere and you start flying. Just a precautionary thing. Get there, reset your stuff, make sure that everything's good to go before you start flying. Okay, the next tip goes right along with that. You need to do a test flight. So you need to turn on your drone, make sure everything's connected, make sure the GPS is working, all that good stuff. Then take it up, let it sit there for 20, 30 seconds, bring it back down, land it, and then turn it all off because you want to do a test flight. Basically, the test flight makes sure that everything's working properly, that you're not going to get a flyaway as soon as you take it up in the air. What happens if like 20 seconds into your flight, you lose connection and it takes off? You know, so you just want to make sure that things are working properly. I had an issue when I was in Ecuador. I actually did not do this and I took it off and went flying right away, and within 15 seconds I lost connection and the drone went crazy. It was like flying all over the place and smashed into a brick wall. It sucked. Take it up, let it sit for a little bit, bring it back down. You know everything's working. Now you can start flying. And it's just, you know, it's one of those things when you're traveling and you're moving a lot, you just gotta make sure everything's in working order. Drones are a highly technical piece of gear. There's a lot that could go wrong. It's not just a toy. And you know, a lot of people treat it like it's just a toy, that they just take it up and fly and get a cool picture, but there's a lot going on. So just make sure things are in working order before you fly. Okay, and my last tip is be smart and be safe. If you're feeling a little sketched out where you're at, maybe it's the people, maybe it's the location, don't fly, don't do it. Just wait, maybe there's gonna be a better opportunity to fly. If you're traveling internationally, you don't know if the locals are gonna be hostile. So if you're getting a bad feeling about something, I just wouldn't take the drone up because you're gonna draw more attention to yourself. You know, most of the times when I travel, I never have any issues, and usually the locals, wherever we're at, will want to see what's going on and hang out, watch the drone, do all that. Some people just don't even care. But there are situations where, you know, you start getting looks, you start having people, you know, talking amongst themselves and walking over. You just don't want to get in a situation where something bad is going to happen. So just be aware of your surroundings, be safe, be smart, think about it. If you have a bad feeling, just don't fly. All right, you guys, so those are my tips for when you're traveling with a drone. Have fun, be safe, and also don't let your drone take over your entire vacation, wherever it is that you're going. Don't make everything about flying your drone. Take it up, get some cool shots, but then also enjoy the experience. And this is something I tell people all the time, is that when you're traveling, you want to be there in the moment. You don't always want to be sitting behind technology. Get those shots, make the awesome film, do whatever it is that you're doing with your drone. Take a step back, put it away, put it in your backpack, and enjoy the moment. Because you'll have a much better experience when you take a step back from always shooting and always being connected. All right, guys, that is it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this. Like I said, I'm doing 31 videos this month, all of December, a new video every day. It is a lot of work. There's a lot I'm putting into this. I am also traveling this month. I am shooting a ton of these right now. I'm actually shooting I've shot like a bunch in the last few days because I'm jumping on a plane to New Zealand. I need to get a bunch of these uploaded because I have no idea what the internet situation is going to be. I don't even know what I'm doing in New Zealand yet, but we're jumping on a flight in a couple days. So I'm going to put a bunch of these ready to go on YouTube so I don't miss a day, but then I'll pick back up and start shooting more of them as I get into New Zealand, and I'll shoot some awesome footage while I'm there that I can use in these filmmaking tutorials. There's some cool stuff coming. I got a lot of awesome videos ready for you, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you don't miss one. All right, guys, if you haven't already, head over to Instagram, check us out at Wanderworks, and I will see you on the next one.